Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Um, have you guys ever thought about? No, did you guys know that our minds can't tell the difference between what's imagination and what's reality? So, by creating a charismatic internal state, our body language can display authentically charisma. So, what is charisma? And what if I tell you that charisma could be taught? I'll tell you that charisma is the compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotions into others. So I have been searching this book ever since it was recommended to me by a good friend of mine back in November, and it's called The Charisma Myth by Olivia Fox Cabane. And I'll show you this book. It's right here. Here's a cover. There's a little peacock chicken. So I've been searching this book for about a couple of weeks now, and I finally found it. I went across counties, LA County and Orange County, to find it. Um, and in this book, Olivia states that one, you have to be naturally outgoing to be charismatic. Second, you have to have the good looks to be charismatic. And third is you had to force yourself to adapt into one personality. She states that all of these are myths, and so there are three core elements to charisma: power, presence, power, and warmth. Presence is the core element. What that really means is that it's a foundation, and what that really means is simply put it is moment to moment awareness. And by paying attention to others and not wandering around into your own thoughts. Um, when you're not fully present in a conversation with others, people will notice it by your facial expressions or body language. As a result, it's impossible to create rapport, trust, and loyalty, and thus charisma. Do you guys ever find yourself wandering around, find your mind wandering around while, in the conversation? In the book by Olivia Fox, she states that one, our brain is wired to pay attention to our novel stimulus, meaning our internal stimulus, meaning our smell, sights, and sound. For example, our ancestors, the tribesmen, they have this instinct of hunting. If they never had these three instincts, the sound, smell, sight, and sound, they won't be wouldn't survive because they would die out. And the second is society encouraged change. And I'll quote this book. It's on page 16, paragraph 1. The constant influx of stimulation we receive worsens our natural tendencies. This can eventually lead us into a state of continuous, partial attention, in which we never give our full attention to any single thing. We're always partially distracted. Now, here's some techniques and exercises which you can practice to improve your presence. One, yeah, I'm gonna get out my PowerPoints here. One is one is one is one exercise is you can set aside 1 minute, time yourself 1 minute, and focus on one of these three things: your sounds around you, your smell, or the sensations of your toes. By doing this exercise for about a minute, it can boost your charisma. It can boost your presence. You know, and the next thing is the next way you can improve your presence is one-on-one conversations with your family members or friends. You know, be present in conversation, because it could define, you know, cause that can help you. It can help you. Why does presence matter? Being present enables you to fully notice and drink all in the good moments. Everything you bring, everything you, even every time you bring yourself to your the present moment, you know, you become more memorable, more impactful, and come across as more grounded. Now, the second and last two elements to charisma is power and warmth. Power, simply put, is being perceived as to affect the world around us. You know, for example, having authority over others, sheer physical pressure, intelligence, or maybe even high social status. And warmth, simply put it, is goodwill towards other. Being perceived as benevolent, for example, caring, willing to impact the world around us in a good way or in a positive way. So these are the three core elements. Power and warmth can't, they go in one on one. Think, for example, think about Bill Gates or Barack Obama. You know, she also mentioned some obstacles to charisma, which are physical. One is physical discomforts. You know, anything that affect you physically, whether it could be your clothes or your eyesight, eye tension, for example. And also, the second one is the internal state, whether it could be hunger. So make sure to grab something before our meeting and stuff. I like it because when we were in our meeting back in the White Memorial, there's always food provided for us, so we can actually be more present, so you won't feel hungry. So why should so counteracting charisma, impairing physical discomfort? There's three ways you could prevent this. You know, one is prevent, recognize, and explain why. Okay, and time. Okay, I'm ready, and that's it. Thank you.